and it's a first down for Columbus.
16 yards later, and Columbus in the red zone and looking for an opening drive score. Alizé Mack, the motion man. And on first down, a burst up the middle for Lovett. Upended at the 10. Major Burns with the tackle, and back to Todd Haley.
Hey, big club A. Big club A.
Great job.
Very quiet, Todd Haley right now, contemplating. The call must have come in very early before we even got there.
Huh? No, it was just open grass in the middle. That's me. I feel like it.
Jalen Morton takes the snap, his first snap of the evening, and Morton stopped 2 yards shy of the first down. They'll bring Morton in on occasion to run. He spent last year in the Arena League, and Morton will leave. Back comes McClendon.
Yeah, when you want to add an extra player in the run game, why use your quarterback, your big, strong quarterback that could get hurt? He's been playing well. Bring in a guy that can be your designated runner, and they can pick up an extra body on the outside zone.
You see how good this team's been in the red zone. A test here, though. Third down and 2.
180! What's that?
From the 8. Hand off up the middle. And tumbling forward, it's a first down. Lovett got 1 yard more than he needed. First and goal from the 5 for Columbus. What an opening drive, Devin Gardner.
Yeah, it's outstanding, but you got to remember, for Columbus, you were in this situation to go ahead and try to win the football game a week ago, and you weren't able to do it right. So I think there's a lot of emphasis on finishing this drive to make sure you set the tone for this football game.
Toss Bob, money, ready? Okay. I'm going to come out like that. Here we go.
First down and goal.
180! What's that?
6th carry on the drive for Lovett. Lovett trying to fight his way free, but wrapping him up. Christopher Allen, among others. Moody was there as well, Marvin Moody Jr.
Hey, goal line, goal line, goal line.
So you saw them take McClendon out and bring Morton in, but obviously McClendon's going to be in on this play. And I think you use his legs right here. I think you either put him on the edge in the pass option or as a true runner.
136, I'm cross, money, ready?
Second and goal.
Come on. Come on, fill them gap. Here we go. 180. What's that?
Play action. McClendon, pressure, chased out of the pocket, and he'll throw this one away. Chased out by Malik Fisher, and a flag comes in.
Referee has roughing the passer high hit to the quarterback. I have number 19. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 19 of the defense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal with an automatic first down.
Boy, what a penalty on Eugene Asante. Now first and goal.
Let's take a look. The ball is out. He lowers the head right in his face. I like the call. You put him on the ground. He may not have made it super forcible, but he absolutely jolted his head right at the head of the quarterback. You can't do that whether you're inside the pocket or outside.
So now first and goal. Take away a big third down play coming up for Columbus, and now they've got a fresh set of downs from the 2. Handoff. Love it. Hit in the backfield and dropped. Excellent penetration. It's second and goal. What does Todd Haley have in mind?
Kings 14. Yeah. Here you go, here you go, here you go. Hey, Fox right here, Brown Rappers, money, ready?
Second and goal.
There's that key word again, Kevin, Brown. So you're looking for something off the right side, but they still have the option of that RPO.
180!
If somebody vacates the middle.
14th play of the drive. It's Lovett with the carry, and Lovett with a Columbus touchdown. What a start for the Aviators at home, up 6-0 after a pounding, punishing 14-play touchdown drive.
It's up to the guard and the tackle on this play, Kevin. 1, 2. You got to clear it out, and then you're going to allow the runner to sneak right through. A very nice job of moving guys, just powering through, and Lovett does an outstanding job of finding that end zone before the linebacker. Yeah, I can tell you one guy I know that does love it. Offensive coordinator Todd Haley.
Extra point makes it 7-0 off the foot of Ryan Coe. But this was the John Lovett drop.
Your thumb or whatever it is, you're just not as anticipatory as you usually be.
Caden Davis on the return for the Gamblers. And Davis to the 30-yard line. So here comes Nolan Henderson. I was wondering earlier today why Devin kept showing me his middle finger, but it was to illustrate the point that Nolan Henderson has one banged up, I'm sure, in this game.
Absolutely. It's so difficult to perform under those conditions. So a lot of respect to him, and his teammates recognize how difficult it is, and I'm sure that they are going to fight for him tonight.
Ready. You've told the story, Devin. You don't need to keep showing me that middle finger. First down and 10.
Ready.
From the 29-yard line. Henderson, the quick toss, and Justin Hall picking up a couple to the 31-yard line. All right, let's talk players to watch with the Gamblers on offense.
Yeah, it's Jalen White when they want to put the ball on the ground to protect their quarterback. And then when you're looking for a big play, Jontre Kirkland is going to be that guy. And then Tony Field has 45 games of NFL experience. He's a guy that's tackling people left and right. He needs 3 more tackles to be the leader in the league. And then Kenny Willikers, he's really turned himself into a pass rusher extraordinary.
Second down and 8. Henderson changing things up. He's got Marcus Yarns to his right now. And it's Yarns with the carry. And Yarns bowling forward to the 34-yard line. First third down of the night for Houston as they go to work down 7-0.
Now, this is not where you want to be, right? Those 3rd and 5s, you want to get to like 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. Those ones where you, if you aren't going to punt the football, you can go 4th and 1 and try to get it so you can keep this ball on the ground. So you got to realize that Henderson is going to be in a lot of exchange situations with the running back, maybe an RPO here, and ball security is paramount.
3rd and 5. Henderson flushed. Tucks it to run. He's going to get the first down and more. Down the sideline. Into Columbus territory and caught. Drugged down at the 30 of Columbus.
This is outstanding by Henderson because as he drops back, he recognizes it's man-to-man across the board. And when you have man-to-man, everyone's back is turned. So why would I stand in the pocket and try to make a throw when I have the legs to make a big play? That is huge for this Houston offense. But the coverage was perfect in the back end. Guys all over. He doesn't like it, and he makes the decision quickly and gets down the field.
He got up a little bit lame. It looked like he was limping just a little. We'll keep an eye on that. As the play clock's down to 3, going to have to snap it quick.
I don't think they got a
timeout used, I believe.
Hold it. First timeout of the half. Houston.
Watch the end of the run here and watch Nolan Henderson as he gets up. He does not look like he's feeling 100%, more than just a hand.
Yeah, he's going to the ground there. Nothing very clear, but we do know for a fact he's grimacing, he's limping, he's very beat up. He's been dealing with a tight hammy to go along with that injury on his throwing hand. He is a battered and bruised man. They're going to have to find a way to protect him.
Nolan Henderson battling through some pain. Taulia Tagovailoa is the number 2 quarterback tonight. We've seen him on and off throughout the season. From the 29, first down and 10. And on first down, the handoff is to Jalen White. And White picks up 2 as we head down to Jake Butt.
Yeah, guys, I was watching Henderson warm up, and you wouldn't know that he was injured. He was not grimacing in pain or holding his hand, throwing tight spirals and being able to push the ball down the field. But talking to him pregame, he said this would be the biggest test of the season with it being a short week and with it being cold weather.
Blue abs. Leo. Ready. Ready, son.
Anderson to the sideline, connects with Jalen Moreno-Cropper, back from injury tonight, his 6th catch of the year.
What you're seeing from the Columbus defense is very aggressive on the outside, forcing Henderson to make clear, accurate throws, and he does a nice job of it there. Moreno-Cropper's route is perfect. He creates just enough space for that ball to go in there, and it looks like he got a hand on the face mask, but he did not. He's grabbing that inside bicep of Moreno-Cropper, so that's a good no call by the officials.
Ready. 180. Listen.
White and a first down. Down near the 12, and Houston in the red zone against Columbus, trying to answer that opening drive.
41, Michael Lawson on the tackle.
And Kevin, early in this game, you can see what Columbus is doing. They are committing all their guys to the run early downs, anticipating that Houston's not going to try to throw the ball with Henderson on early downs. So if I'm Houston, I would go into a play action RPO to try to surprise Columbus with the throw.
180. Listen.
First down and 10 from the 13. Hand off, Marcus Major bursting free, and he's in for the touchdown. What an answer for the Houston Gamblers.
I mean, this is what we call in football winter blocks. Everybody's lined up exactly where you want them to be, so if this can be a walk-in touchdown, everybody's aligned to be blocked. And then you get the linebacker go inside, picks the wrong gap, and it's an easy touchdown for Major. You got that note, Kevin? Winter blocks. If the defense is aligned the way the play is drawn up in practice, we expect a touchdown.
I hang on your every word. Of course I have that. John Hoyland with the extra point and a flag down.
False start. 46, the kicking team. Try will be from the 20-yard line.
I don't know that I've seen too many kickers false start on extra points.
And then make it.
And then make it. Well, he got an extra jump ahead of everybody else.
I get you on board. I need another one.
So now Hoyland will try to tie this game. And the kick is right down the middle. Now we are knotted at 7 apiece. This is no minor possession of the night. 7 plays, 71 yards. Marcus Major's first rushing touchdown, capping that drive. We've seen 2 really impressive drives out of these offenses in quarter number 1, Devin Gardner.
Yes, indeed. They've done a nice job. And this is how the game started for Houston in their last matchup a week ago. But the difference is Columbus is matching early, and we have ourselves a ball game.
From the 9-yard line. Bursting to the sideline and nudged out of bounds before he could really get it going. Akeem did. So John Lovett, 8 carries, 36 yards on that opening drive, and the touchdown that gave him the lead. You see what he did last week against Houston. 6 carries, 19 yards. He's outdone last week's entire game on 1 drive.
Yeah, you know that when you have an offense that's led by Todd Haley, they want to run the football, and they did a nice job of that on that first drive.
Second in the league in rush yards per game this year. McClendon on first down will throw, and that pass deflected away. He wanted Kiki Chisholm, but Kerry Vincent Jr. was there to get a right hand on it and spike it to the turf.
Hey, slide. Flex right slot. Whack. Brown Playboys, you did that slide. Flex right slot.
The one thing that you have for Columbus is when Lovett goes out, To'otawa, he is not really a second in my opinion. He's a guy that has great production running the football as well.
McClendon off play action, backpedaling and throws, zips it in, and a nice catch by Gunnar Oaks, diving to the turf, and a first down for Columbus.
That is so good. That ball is fitting in between 3 defenders. A really nice job. You're going to get the tight end just going across, and McClendon's eyes are outside first, and with pressure in his face, he fits that ball in a very small window. Outstanding job by McClendon. Ball placement, anticipation, because if you're late there, that ball is likely intercepted.
Here we go.
Toa, the running back, that's Mack motioning in the backfield. And the draw play, Toa trying to burst to the right side, but Eugene Asante there to wrap him up, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know who you are. Hey, Detroit. Even how that.
There's Marvin Sanders, defensive coordinator for the Houston Gamblers. Renegades defensive coordinator. Former defensive back at the University of Nebraska.
Rock that tight end. Decide what you're going to do.
He's much different than a lot of defensive coordinators. He's very calm. I had a really nice conversation with him at practice last week, and it was really cool to just have a conversation. You know, most defensive coordinators, I don't really want to have a conversation like that.
Here's Tau. And Tau plunging near the 49-yard line. A third down play coming up, but it may be in the second quarter. They do not have to snap it again. And a 7-7 first quarter dominated by long scoring drives for each team. Columbus started with a touchdown drive. Houston answered with one. Second offensive possession underway for Columbus, and after one, we've got a 7-7 ball game on Fox.